Have you ever wondered if it's okay to doubt God? Like, is it okay to, ask questions about his character or whether he's really good? Or maybe I'm just not seeing him in my life the way I thought it would. And it just causes me to have questions and wonder if he's really there. It makes me think of The Karate Kid. If you've ever seen The Karate Kid, it's a story about Daniel who he wants to learn how to fight to kind of stand up for himself and to beat the bullies. And he meets Mr. Miyagi, who's going to teach him karate. And the first thing he does is he gives him rags and he has him clean his car, and he's doing wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. He has to do this a ton of times. In fact, Daniel gets really irritated by it because he's like, I want to learn to fight, not clean your car all the time. And little did he know that he was building this muscle memory that eventually when he fought, he'd be able to fend off attacks. And it works. But the reality is Daniel could not see that whole process. He could not see what Mr. Miyagi could see. He just got frustrated, and it caused him to ask questions, caused him to push back. And how often is that like our experience with God? And Jesus interacts with this. He says this in John 13:7. He says, you don't understand now what I'm doing, but someday you will. Jesus is acknowledging the fact that we want to understand, we have doubt, we have questions, that we're not going to get the resolution to that we want. He says, someday you will, but right now you're not going to get that. And the reality is, what is doubt? What is it? And doubt is just asking questions. When we're doubting something, we don't see the full picture and it's frustrating. That's usually what frustrates me is like, I want to understand what's happening here. And so when I talk to God and I have questions, he's okay with that. He's okay with you doubting, and there's no question that's too big for him. There's nothing that's going to scare him away. We're not always going to get the answer we want, but God actually loves that wrestle. He loves when we lean into him. He loves when we bang on his chest and we're just trying to figure something out, and he's inviting that in. And at the end of the day, anytime we doubt, it's an opportunity to grow in our relationship with him. Because we know those questions can push us away, or it could cause us to lean in and to learn and to build our trust in him.